welcome to the Play 2 Video Games Club. I'm your host, Paul James, and I'm joined this week by Jay Parnas and Damo Camilleri.
Hamboni!
I realise I'm here. I know I'm here. It's all good.
In this week's episode, or this month's episode, I suppose, we're going to be talking about Super Smash Bros. Brawl, a game that we both, all three of us, have enjoyed.
Both of us.
We're just
Fuck you!
You should have seen some of the things he was saying pre-show. Man, get out of here, Damo. And yeah, we played this quite a lot back when it came out. On the Wii in 2008, I'm going to say it was. That sounds like the right year. Give or take.
Yeah.
And we all sunk a lot of time in.
I think it released in 7, but we played a lot of it in 8.
We played a lot of it in many years. Not just 7 or 8.
That's true.
But so we kind of want to dissect that this month and kind of talk about things that came across from prior entries, things that kind of went with it to, I guess, Smash 4. Is that just what we call it these days? It's just Smash 4, not Smash 4 Wii U, 4 3DS.
Switch
Fourth
Smash.
game.
Switch Smash.
Not Switch 4, Smash for Switch, because that's a whole new game. We'll talk about that another time.
I think it's just Smash 4.
Where does Brawl sit in kind of the pecking order of our 4 Smash games? Like where does that kind of rate for both of you first up?
Fucking right up there.
Well, there's only 4, so it's
Definitely,
top 2 or
definitely
bottom 2?
cracks the top 4.
Because it's a divisive entry.
There are a few things that are not great about it, but other than those, which I'm sure we'll come across at some point during this conversation, I put it up there as...
Definitely in the top 4.
Well, look, I want to say my favourite, but I do prefer the roster in some regards on Smash 4.
Yep.
And that's not just because of the DLC characters, just
who you had available.
They trimmed down on the clones a little bit, I feel like, with Smash 4.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas
there was a lot of Fire Emblem characters though in 4.
Yeah, but they were.
That's not meant to be a usual.
They were different from one another. I mean, to a degree. I mean,
but I guess I follow what you mean with like your Marth, Roy, Ike trio that were always.
Well,
Marth
and Roy weren't in Smash 4. They were DLC.
No, they were in.
Marth was. Roy was not. Roy was DLC. Roy was DLC.
Yeah. But yeah, originally hailed.
Originally, yeah, but originally he was also a clone character. But in the final for Smash 4, I think it was Ike. Was Ike in Brawl? Ike, I think, might have been in Brawl.
I recall.
Probably. We can just give
I think he was in Brawl.
I can take a look at
who did they add in Fire Emblem?
I'll get you to tell me a little bit about what you think about Brawl for starters, Damo. Just overall.
Brawl's the Wii one, yeah? That's what we're talking about?
Brawl's the Wii one.
Yeah. Brawl's the Wii one.
Yeah, Ike was in there. I remember because I was in a Smash tournament.
Cool. Right.
Yeah.
What did you think of the overall Smash experience though? Like in Brawl?
Oh, it was fantastic. When you first played it, you had the subspace MSC. I loved it. Loved everything about it. Like, I don't know.
Now the subspace is one that really kind of divides people, I think.
Yeah, of course it's going to divide people. Like, it wasn't the greatest thing on the planet, but
the gameplay was.
It was definitely like the single player, and you're like, it forced you to play characters outside of what you would normally main and things like that. And any game that does that is cool.
Off to a good start.
Thing. Like, I mean, it wasn't exactly levels of Injustice and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I was going to say, Injustice has done that to much better results lately.
Yeah, that's definitely something that new Smashers should consider if they're going to do single-player campaign-y kind of thing. But at that same point, no, I kind of enjoyed it. Like, I just kind of enjoyed... It was a weird world, but like I just enjoyed being, it's like, are you going to play this guy? Are you going to play this guy? And like, how can we forget probably one of the greatest scenes in any Smash, Captain Falcon just coming in on his ship, jumping out and killing all the pit members. Like, show me your moves. It's like, oh my god, you're such a prick, and I love it.
Fucking cuck.
No shit's given, just like, ding, smiling. I think he gets a rob or something.
They did some really cool things with that game. Again,
Smash Ball was first introduced.
the Smash Ball was first introduced there.
Yes.
So for all the final smashes and all the bullshit that came along with that.
Banned thanks to Sonic in tournaments.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Sonic one. Yeah,
Though
that's right.
Yoshi was kind of fucked up. I saw a lot of that.
Yeah, you saw a lot of that. Yoshi is my main.
I
But also,
saw-
Brawl introduced
I
me
saw
to
a
my
lot
number
of-
2, which was Pit. Now, admittedly, you barely know that because you only ever saw me when it came to the main event and I had to take on you guys. Yoshi's obviously... I needed to.
I need to be at my best.
I needed to have a chance. But Pit was my number 2. And they introduced him in Brawl.
Pit is number 2.
He's pretty alright.
No,
I see through that comment.
Pit's alright. No, Pit in Brawl was extremely good. He was very, very strong. Yeah, look, they had a lot of weird sort of cool modes. Like I remember you would get the currency and you would then be able to take it to the little coin shooter mini game that was effectively almost like a top-down shooting game where you had like all shits.
Old arcade sort of thing.
Yeah, where you could like bounce the fucking coins off the wall to try and hit like trophies and shit like that.
And ping the trophy and all.
Yeah, which
Man, that was getting all those trophies was a real ordeal.
yeah. Well, I feel like it was.
I love it. It was
Yes,
such an ordeal.
yeah. So and that shit would also drop in fights, and you could pick it up. I remember there was quite a few times.
Just go for the rush. Like everyone just stops fighting.
Everyone stop, get the seat, get the CD.
trophies.
Yeah.
And there was like this just code of honor that went around.
Yeah.
Alright.
Unless you're playing with an absolute prick. I had a couple of them. It's like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, I fucking do.
Well, if it's on your game,
Yeah.
then they...
It's house rules.
Yeah, house rules. We stop this fight while I get it.
Or
We give ourselves 2 or 3
whoever the
seconds to regain
closest-
some composure again. And then let's resume. Let's go.
Yeah.
And sure, maybe the thing drops without 5 seconds to go, and it just means it's a draw. Whatever. Sudden death.
What are you gonna do?
I feel like other than the roster and like things like random slipping over, like random tripping, terrible.
People haven't forgotten that one. I think that's if people have a crack at Brawl, that's the one that
That's the thing.
What
is
happened?
first brought up. The slipping thing. Slipping
There's
over.
just like if you sprint from a standstill, there's like a random bit of code. There's a bit of code in there where you'll just randomly fall over sometimes.
Yeah, and it's not super common, but it's common enough.
It's
and it
common enough.
can hit you at the wrong times.
Yeah,
I
you
would
just-
know because I just get in my egg and just barrel along.
Off and off the stage.
Well, there's a few that didn't work out so well, but
It was really fun. I got really like into learning like shit that you could use to like do tricky stuff. That game had a lot of weird interactions that were really cool. Like one of the ones that I remember I took you under my wing and trained you in some cool bullshit.
Padawan.
Yeah, that's like not that far from the truth because I remember that like you two would have like really close fights, and then I took him aside and trained him for a bit, and came back and just
and it was usually
crushed.
You were usually Kirby, weren't you? If I recall.
Also banned from tournaments for effing all your mothers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Starbomb.
I'm looking forward to kind of resuming something because Smash 4, just a brief aside, like we used to do this a lot with the likes of Melee and Brawl and those sort of things, and then it just didn't really happen with Smash 4 because the 3DS. I mean,
It wasn't the greatest thing to play on. Let's be honest.
and then the
Like,
Wii U,
when it
no one
comes to
owned.
Smash.
Yeah, no one owned the Wii U. Yeah, so
I'm looking
Switch-
forward to kind of resuming some hostilities when
The 5 copies, the 5
Yeah.
consoles that were sold, Paul and
Yeah,
my family.
The
His family.
armistice will definitely cease at that point, and then it'll be fucking.
there'll be a lot of player 2 plays.
Yeah, I'm keen. But yeah, some of the like weird
Rage mode.
some of the weird interaction stuff like Ness's smash attack where he uses his baseball bat.
Yeah.
You being able to use that to actually hit items back at people.
Yeah.
Just little fucking things like that. I think were really really nice to be able to like find organically in such a chaotic game. I think it's really. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of some other ones, but yeah, like for example, Samus's final smash, where you can like pick up her bits of armor and throw them at people.
Yeah.
When her armor falls
After
off.
it falls off. Yeah.
Yeah. Just cool shit like that. I think is
And that was another inclusion, like Zero Suit Samus. And,
Yes, the like.
well, you're
Sheik
talking about
and
Ness,
Zelda.
Lucas, and Sheik.
Yeah. Sheik and Zelda being able to have the two forms, which unfortunately they had to take out of 4 because the 3DS just couldn't handle the swapping of characters.
Same as Ice Climbers.
Yeah, same
Couldn't
that.
have Ice Climbers.
Which is-
the greatest.
Which is a shame. Ice Climbers are really good.
I'm sure we'll talk about them coming back at some point.
I'll
be-
pretty
if all
much
goes
the
well.
biggest reason why I'm stoked to have the Switch come back. The Smash come back up to the Switch. There's no way that they're gonna be dropping characters because
There's no
they
tech.
can't-
Because of
There's no
limitations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's full power.
There's also the introduction of guest characters as well to the Smash format. We had Metal Gear Solid Snake.
Oh, yeah, like
And
third party
Sonic.
guess, yeah.
Yes, sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's a game for where
Yeah, I think.
Nintendo's leanest and meanest.
They're all
Yeah,
guesses.
but it's such a
Yeah.
weird thing to have Solid Snake appear. I get
Yeah.
Metal Gear started on Nintendo and everything like that, but to have Solid rock up and have the PlayStation 1 that really familiar.
And he had
shit
codecs
there.
about everyone.
That was
they went
probably the best thing.
balls
ever.
deep on that shit. They did some real work on
You
it.
just press down, just keep toning down till he goes in his box.
I think is
on
it
his
hold
level.
or is it a?
Oh, it depends. Sometimes it'll go off, sometimes it won't. And there's every character on when he's on his level, he'll ring up Otagon, and you'll see. I think you can Google the Easter egg.
It just gives you snippet. I think they did the same thing for
Falcon.
Star Fox as well, where you could get Peppy or something to
Yeah, there was a
call
couple
through.
of-
Yeah, that stuff was. I think Pit could also do that with. Or was that maybe in Smash 4?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, my point is that that was the inclusion of Sonic. It was the first time you really saw Sonic the Hedgehog in a legit Nintendo game, because this was before all of the Mario and Sonic at the Olympics and everything. This was really.
As far as Nintendo games are concerned, this was kind of.
They
the
were
first
very much
big
Sonic free.
crossover and
Yeah, it was one of the
we
first.
still hate them from the old days.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, there were Sonic games that had come to the Wii, things like the horrible fucking Sonic Unleashed and shit like that, but this was definitely the first time where it was Mario and Sonic on the same stage, and true to form, they were kicking the shit out of each other, just like they did in the 90s, so I think that was obviously really cool, and they definitely doubled down on that with Smash 4. It definitely polarized people with the fact that it wasn't like Melee in the way that it controlled, but for me, I never really liked how Melee felt, personally. I liked the speedier movement of Brawl, whereas Melee was a little clunky for me. So that was definitely where that sort of started to shine through, I think.
Damo, what else you got from? Were there any particular characters outside of the obvious Kirby, and of course the Fire Emblem characters?
Toon Link.
I was going to say...
Well, no, the Fire Emblem characters were never a big thing for me. I'm not a heavy smasher, and I'm not a counter.
You didn't mind.
I just had to make a
though.
Fire Emblem joke.
No, because you just
Pretty
you
views.
slap him around. I wouldn't use him if I was going up against 3 other people, because it's just one good hit and I get the kill for work I didn't do. I don't like a.
It's a little cheap.
It's
He was very
I'm a
strong.
massive. I liked Snake. I used to doodle around with Snake a bit here and there. I think I did most of my kill. I won a tournament. That was the.
Did you?
that was my private
Sure.
tournament. Yeah, I mean it wasn't nothing massive.
I taught him everything you know.
You just kind of you paid for the amount of games you played, so it wasn't really pay to win, but it was going towards the Starlight Foundation. So I
Always a
just
good
paid. I paid $50, and I shouted these kids rounds and rounds and rounds, and then my mate's kind of if you're planning on even placing, you might want to actually do some damage about now. And I'm because I think we were 12 games in, and those kids were coughing up kills, because I was playing friendly, I'm let's all put it on random, or let's all put Snake, and one of these kids was yeah, stoked, having all this fun, me and my mate were just smashing around, and he's yeah, you might want to get your kills up, and so I was okay, slaughtered 10 lives, and then when it got serious again, I went through and I think I won a mask and a mouse and something else. It was
Nice.
at EB.
Not bad. Nice.
Yeah, but Kirby, Toon Link.
Kirby Life.
Yeah.
So we've not seen Target Smash since Brawl.
True.
What do we think about Target Smash being like, and is it something that should, when we, look forward to the new game, is that a feature should be coming back? What do we think about Target Smash?
I think it's terrible.
And obviously it's something that existed before Brawl as well, but it's the last time we saw it.
I like it more than the sandbag. Like beating the shit out of the sandbag.
Oh, the home run one.
Home run contest, yeah.
I don't mind that home run contest, but I think it's a little cheap.
Yeah.
It was very exploitable by some characters.
Oh yeah.
Like Ganondorf.
Based on the trajectory of their attacks and those.
Like Ganondorf has like a strong up hit where he can use his boot to fucking the charge up boot.
Yeah. Because like a lot of if you charged up an attack and hit the barrier too many times, the barrier would smash. Yeah. Ganondorf, you could pretty much keep it central,
juggle it, and then just hammer it at the end.
Just. And you just get thousands and thousands of kilometers.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But the issue that I have with Target Smash is that they were usually like effectively had to
Target Smash.
You really just had to it was there was only one way to do it, really. There was an optimum path, and if you didn't do the optimum path, you would not meet the time.
I just didn't mind the challenge of trying to identify what that path was, and then once you did, succeeding in doing it.
I would prefer to have
that was just the thing for me. Like this, it's a different sort of experience within the Smash Brothers. Like obviously, it's still leveraging those same mechanics.
Yeah.
But this is a puzzle.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I guess you're kind of gonna
just
work
things
out
up a little bit.
Like how do I get up there? And is that just an up B, or is that an up B and a dash?
Or do I go from here to here? Yeah. What is it? Or do I go up and down over the top?
I mean, I'm not phased either way. I was just like, fucking, it's there. Like, anything that keeps me more in this game is good. Anything that, I don't really care about, as long as the game exists.
3DS probably couldn't handle it.
Probably not. For my money, I would probably prefer something a little bit more akin to like a regular fighting games, like combo challenges, so that you can, I want to feel like...
Beat up a Honda.
Say that again?
Beat up a Honda.
No, not like that. Though, yes, that would actually be really cool. Like, if instead of a sandbag, they could get Capcom to give the fucking, fake car and just, allow them access to that minigame and just have you, kick the shit out of a car. Yeah, that would be sick. That would be actually fucking cool. But, something that, it feels like you do the challenge, you get rewarded for finishing the challenge, but also by doing the challenge, you learn more mechanics about the character that you were doing the challenge with. So it might be like, I didn't realise I could combo string, I didn't realise that this up B would allow me to then jump in and get a really good air attack that I can use to, smash people, that like meteor attacks or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I didn't realise that this particular attack had this very specific property. Like, for example, Falco's across B, if you hit someone, can actually meteor.
Yep.
Meteor being it smashes them straight to the ground.
Yeah, hammers them straight down.
So if you're jumping back on and someone's jumping at you and you across B, you can knock them under the stage, for example. Stuff like that. Having combo challenges like that, I think would be really cool. Also, I'm not sure if you remember back to Melee. This is kind of digging back. They also had numbered challenges where it was a specific set of circumstances, and the final one was Giga Bowser. That's where the Giga Bowser origin comes from.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, I think stuff like that would be probably.
Did you play much
better going
Melee?
forwards?
No, not really.
Because you didn't have a GameCube.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, look, Target Smash was fine. It was definitely better than stand on the platforms challenge. If you recall there was always the target. There was you know what I'm talking about? There was the break the targets and stand on the platforms challenge.
Oh, yeah, vaguely.
And then there was the other race to the finish one that you would always do.
Yeah, I vaguely remember now.
Yeah. I think it more challenges in the realms of a fighting game, because that's effectively what Smash Brothers is now.
Is there a Yoshi family in at Smash?
A Yoshi family.
Yeah, you know how
the colours.
No, you know how I definitely remember in one there was a Yoshi family, and you had to beat them up to get past levels.
Oh, we take on the
yeah,
dozens
yeah.
of them. They just come flocking in.
Or was it just the Mies?
No, it was the polygon. It was like
Oh yeah, they had the
polygonal fighters.
That was this one, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was
fun.
yeah.
It was always good.
It was a bit of stupid fun.
Well, that's the thing.
Inherent traits of all the different characters, so you're kind of contending with something different all the time. Whereas, if you're dealing with an army of Kirby or an army of Yoshi or whatever happens to be,
That was in like the classic mode.
still they're all the same.
Yeah, I think
That
so.
was like the arcade mode that they
Team
had.
Kirby or Team Yoshi
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
it is.
Team Yoshi.
I really liked that they had
You need to see them.
Let's get his egg.
Well, that's me as a Yoshi
Knock it
cleaning
up,
up.
yeah,
But, like, it
clean
still drives you a bit mad when all of a sudden there's just hundreds of them pouring into the screen going.
Oh, the worst thing is when you
Bloody
like you
Hoover
hit
vacuum.
them, you think they're gone, and you see.
Here we go.
You're like, you bastard, just go away. Go.
I really like that they had say what you like about the Subspace Emissary being basically adventure mode from Melee with zero additives. It was just try and find the doorway, move to next bit, watch cutscene, rinse and repeat. I really like that they had that more one playery type stuff.
Was Lucario
Along Lucario was in this one.
So just to be,
I like that they had that along
all
with Classic.
Yeah.
Like the Classic being the arcade mode that they had from Smash Bros. 1, which was first round is Mario team, second round is Team Yoshi, third round is Giant Donkey Kong. That type of bullshit.
The structure, yeah.
Yeah, I really.
Donkey Kong.
I don't think they really had an arcade mode. They had a kind of shitty classic mode, but it was just there was no modifiers. I really liked that they had modifiers in some of the earlier games.
Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, these are all things that you could pull to the new one.
Just to Damo's point, because we were talking, you mentioned Lucario as being one of the secret characters. The secret characters in Brawl were Ness, Marth, Luigi, Falco, Captain Falcon, Lucario, Snake, Rob, Ganondorf, Mr. Game & Watch, who've not
Oh
spoken about
yeah.
it, Sonic,
Mr. Game & Watch.
Jigglypuff, Toon Link, and Wolf.
Yeah, Toon Link and Wolf were the ones that
Wolf was dope. But
I got
Yeah,
through
you-
the subspace.
There was a few times we had some just
he was
infuriating
overpowered. Wolf was fucking broken. Because Falco's one of my normal mains, and Wolf was just a Falco on drugs. He could smash you anywhere.
Yeah.
His across B had upward motion to it, and if you clipped them at the end, you would just fucking instant meteor them, and just you could beat in faces. And it, funnily enough, did not appear in Smash 4. Weird.
And it would have been easy for him to tweak it, but no, just killed him off completely. It was enough to wipe him off the face of that Earth.
Yeah.
At subspace, mate.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I really didn't like the enemy at the end boss of that subspace.
That end boss was fucking bullshit.
It was there was
What was
no
that again?
way to not. There was
was
one move that actually
It was start with
KO'd
R or
you.
something. It was some god thing. It was the first time that they
It was the
the master
craziness
hand was
behind the master and the crazy hand. And then thing it sent hooks in
Rose something.
It was so dumb because I remember I think they give you Sonic. You have a team, you select a bunch of dudes to go in and fight, and I'm pretty sure that you there was a move that almost always instant KO'd you. There was not a lot you could do.
Yeah,
about
there was
it.
the wings that would come in and just fucking game over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of well, what's the point of
Yeah.
anything?
Also, just since I was characters before, there's also other ones we didn't discuss that were introduced in this. Olimar from
Olimar.
Pikmin.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Meta Knight was first introduced there.
Oh yeah, and he had to get
Obviously.
nerfed.
Yeah.
He was really bad.
Obviously, the ice climbers we spoke about. King Dedede.
Yes.
Day.
We spoke about 067, the
Dedede.
Pokemon trainer. So in the
Oh,
past,
yeah.
obviously, we had
Oh,
the
yeah.
Pokemon
Select,
exclusive,
you
but now
can
you
select
had
your Pokemon.
You
at
could
the
swap
beginning.
out.
Charizard,
If you wanted.
Squirtle, and was it Ivysaur they dropped in? Or
Yes.
Ivysaur, yeah.
Yeah, it was
They had
one
one
at
of
each.
each tier of each of the three traditional styles.
Clearly, Charizard. the
Wario?
only one worth it. Wario.
Wario made
Wah-ha!
his first appearance.
Get on that bike.
And then, we
Fucking
spoke about
charge up that
and then
fart,
we spoke
mate.
about Lucas being, Ness's clone.
He did
Of sorts, kind of.
compared to some of the clones, he was a bit better. He did fundamentally have some differences.
yeah.
He didn't have the yo-yos and shit. He
Yeah,
had a
it
little
was just
snake.
aesthetic
Yeah.
Clone, sorry.
Oh, well,
I can't
no,
for the
because
life of me think of who
there
that
was
end
almost-
thing though was. The end boss.
Yeah, I don't want to Google that. Don't even tweet us the answer, guys.
Yeah, it's rough. We all know it's bullshit.
So, is there anything else? Like, what stuff do we want pulled over from Brawl? Sorry, across to
Dodge rolls.
We've obviously spoken about some of the characters' dodge rolls.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt that's going away.
I don't know, man. Nintendo have done some crazy things in the past.
Yeah,
Might
I
replace
guess.
dodge rolls with a blocking system, and that's it.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
No. Look at you going, nah,
They just break any character that has a fucking a counter. It's like, I don't need a block. Ching.
yeah.
Shulk. I want to see Shulk.
I continue from the most
but,
recent one.
Like, if you
from
put him in
4.
shorts again, I'm gonna kill somebody.
Well, he wasn't in Brawl, but
Maybe
yeah.
it's Shulk. Yeah. So what? Are you saying anything from
Yeah,
Brawl?
let's just focus on Brawl.
Oh.
So, otherwise, I mean, we could do Brawl across 4, but
I mean, there was some maps in Brawl that didn't see light in Smash 4.
were there any that really tickled your fancy? Any particular maps from back in the day?
So long since I played it.
Yeah, there is a bit of that.
I think
Cloud City was annoying.
was it?
Yeah, there's a bit of that. The one
I think there was like a.
the clouds and things just kind of deteriorated and dropped away from you all the time. Like,
I even had it was like when like the building would smash, you'd smash the floor and you'd fall through it. It was like, ah, damn it! Or that you'd accidentally press down and you're screwed. Or when you're trying to make a recovery, you're like, haha, there's nothing to grip onto. So you're trying to jump through the cloud and the level would just rebuild it. It'd be like, yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't love.
Oh, and that rebuilding smashed you down.
Yeah, it was just like nothing you could do. It's like, nah, done. Like, I've used my up B to get here to this point. Like,
Big Blue was a really funny, shitty one, where it was like the F-Zero race where you're jumping from car to car.
yeah,
Yeah, that I don't
a
think
lot
that.
to keep track of.
Yeah, but it was chaos. I mean,
75 meters from the old school Donkey Kong.
oh yeah, that was a good one. Some of the
Bouncing
some of the
along,
some of the
drops
scrolly
down,
some of the scrolly ones were crazy.
We got Hellbird.
Albert was dope. Did they
Bridge
bring
of
that?
Elden.
Did they bring that back?
I don't know. I can't say I'm sure whether that came across.
Bridge from
Bridge of Elden from
yeah.
Twilight Princess.
That one was a good one.
So you know, midway through the battle, and it's a long ass bridge, and then what's his name from Twilight Princess
Knocks out the middle.
Knocks out the middle of it, yeah, because he comes running through, leaves a bomb behind. Everyone kind of splits
Yeah.
whichever direction you need to. Try to avoid it. Explodes, breaks a hole in the bridge. Eventually, that
Returns
comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always mission throw somebody into the center there, like
Yeah, just as it goes.
suck it.
Death.
Delfino Plaza was there.
Delfino's good.
Luigi's
Just-
Mansion, I think, was in there as well.
Yeah, Luigi was in there,
Luigi's Mansion was good.
but a few hours to
The Game and Watch one. Oh,
The Game and Watch one. Oh,
Game and Watch.
I absolutely hated the
That
Game
was
and
a
Watch.
Green Hill Zone.
It just conspired against you. all
Green
the
Hill
time.
Zone was pretty
Yeah,
good.
The Game and Watch one where they got the chair guys on the side that just like jump to wherever they want to freaking jump, and then you're just like dead. You're like, oh god, and I know. Oh, get better.
Get
But
good.
there's a good reason why they put Smash tournaments on freaking Final Destination.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know, with the latest one, they gave you a Final Destination mode of everything.
Yeah.
So you
No
can
one
maybe
used
keep
it,
that
though.
aesthetical look, but
Pricks.
well, yeah. They introduced Distant Planet.
Picto
so
Chat?
again,
Picto Chat as well?
Picto Chat.
Picto Chat was good.
Oh, watch out for the spines.
Yeah.
So much level depth. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that and the.
They had the
Game and
Pokemon
Watch
one, didn't they? The Diamond and
Yeah, there
Pearl.
was Pokemon busting in left, right, and centre there. Yeah, Distant Planet from Pikmin appeared there. That was a really quick one because very small little platforms left, right, and centre, and then yeah, you get the
Yeah,
what's
you're on
that?
that water. You get knocked under that
giant
water.
red dude. I've forgotten his bloody name.
Yeah.
Come through and try and eat you.
There was that Fire Emblem one where it would change from one of the 3 different Fire Emblem locations.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Castle Siege or whatever they call it.
Yeah. That one was really good.
Lilac Cruise, Mario Brothers. There was as in the old Mario Brothers one. You know, little turtles are coming
yeah,
out.
the arcade
yeah,
mode.
Mario Circuit we saw. Mushroom Kingdom or Mushroomy Kingdom. That was on with it was scrolling.
Oh,
through.
I hated that one.
The overworld and the
That
underworld
was such
one.
a pain. Because you'd be like,
Too much
What am I
scrolling
stuck
is-
behind?
yeah.
Ah, ah, ah.
dead.
Damn it!
Yeah.
The pirate ship from Wind Waker.
That
Oh,
one
yeah, that was cool.
fantastic.
Except for
I
that
loved it.
level, there was like a challenge that you had to do, and you had to knock 2 Yoshis off. You had to kill them while you were up in the air in the storm.
Yes, I remember that.
And I was like, that's just really annoying because like you'd get them high, and it's like I think I killed them like 20 times before they could kill me.
Actually, I think it's fair to say, because another one I just looked at a moment ago was what's its name? Rumble Falls, as in Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah.
An overall trend for a lot of those, they were these dynamic, moving, interactive sort of
Destructible
levels.
as well.
And destructible in different aspects as well. But like the Rumble Falls is one where you had to keep going up and keep fighting. Like
Shadow
I think
Moses
there was
was
almost
very
too much of that. Yeah, I think there was probably too much of those types of levels there. Not enough of those flat,
Just
Final Destination
generic.
style. Just this is your
Warrior-
and maybe there's stuff still going on
Warrior
around you,
world
but at least the
WarioWare
level
was good.
Flat surface, like you just guaranteed this is what I'm fighting on, and
Yeah.
maybe other stuff's going to go on, but at least I know that what's below my feet will remain there.
Yeah.
The WarioWare one where you had to do the action, like it would get like WarioWare games would happen during
and
the fight.
if you stuffed up,
Yeah.
You got a
you're either
debuff.
gonna- Yeah, you got a debuff, or if you know you did it right and you were the only one, like you got a star.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you
Broken,
freaking pricks.
but worth it because you could trick people into fucking it up. Like especially the one where it's like stand still, and you could try and get the kill when they're standing still, or you could like act as if you're gonna move, or like fake them out and they move and fuck up. Yeah, good stuff.
There was some weird tricky stuff about a few of those levels. They keep you on your toes.
They definitely took it a large step. Like I feel like the step forward from Melee to Brawl was way bigger than the step forward from Brawl to Smash 4. Like they definitely did a lot of good things with, you know, characters and, you know, how they did the interface and being able to choose Final Destination and like all the like quality of life stuff from Brawl to Smash 4 was really good. But I feel like all of the game modes and all of the bulk that they added from Melee was like far and away a bigger step.
Yeah, fair
Like,
enough.
does that ring true to you guys?
Yeah,
Like
that makes
having
sense.
like Subspace Emissary and all the shit they had with like
cutscenes.
classic mode and
Some of the cutscenes were cool.
all this, amazing, and all of the like little side mini games and like the coin mini games and the like the sheer volume of characters compared to Melee was huge.
Oh, the
and the amount of
sheer
stages was
everything they put in there. Like,
Yeah,
it was to the point where in the lead up
Smash
from the moment it was announced, oh yeah, the dojo.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like
yeah.
every day,
Yeah,
Paul would
that's
be
where I was about
jumping
to go.
on that every
I
day
remember.
at school.
What's the new thing? Yeah, that's where I was actually going to go with that. Like, it was so big, they
was
knew
like-
they'd added so much, and they were so confident what they were doing
Yeah.
that from the day they announced it through to, I think it was about 2 weeks before the game finally came out in Japan. Admittedly, 'cause there was a delay between
Yes.
Japan and us.
Just new
There was
shit.
a new thing every day. Sometimes it was characters, sometimes it was maps, sometimes it was a assist trophy.
The day we're at school, we're in IT, he checks the computer and he's like, what's it gonna be? He refreshes the page, takes it ever to load. It's the banana. Jesus! Face is
come on, I know.
disappointed. But not only him, like I think there was a couple of us that was just like, damn it! Like you
Really,
really
this is
wanted
coming, come
something
on,
and you get the banana.
Yeah, I remember there was one like that with the Franklin badge. It was like this time, it's just like the Franklin badge from fucking Earthbound, and it's like, oh, that's all
Yeah,
the
I figured.
news.
Cool, thanks. Slow news day, I guess.
Yeah,
Never complained with a map. Never complained with a character. Never
Yeah.
complained with assist trophies.
Yep.
assist trophies was another system that they brought in for Brawl as well.
and
which-
it's cool. I like it.
It is.
in the same capacity that Pokeballs are pretty cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
There's a few that went a bit much, like Nintendogs climbing all over the screen, obscuring it. That sort of
yeah,
stuff.
that
is a
was
bit much.
yes.
I can't remember if that was Brawl or 4.
That was Brawl.
But
That was Brawl.
like that was.
I think they took that out for
Good.
Yeah.
Like I think with everything,
made
there's pros and
Nintendo's
cons,
level
and I'm
for
sure they
4.
took a whole bunch from Brawl and looked to bring them over, and then added a few more in 4. And okay, some of these are no good, we'll remove them, and provided they go with assist trophies in the new game, you know, like the suite just gets bigger and bigger and better and better. But that was a big inclusion, one that I really appreciated.
Yeah.
Did you have a particular assist trophy that you were hoping would appear?
As in one that I really liked, or one that I found effective, or
Take your pick, whichever lens.
well, there was that Fire Emblem chick that would basically,
Lynn.
Lynn would just fucking one hit KO some cunt. Ching. Yeah.
Yeah, Lid's pretty up there.
Yeah. I liked Andros. Andros was really good. Where he would fire all the platforms and shit.
You have one, or was Andros kind of...
No, man, I didn't like Andros.
Damo was a Mr. Rossetti fan.
Oh. Shadow as well.
Shadow was really bad.
I was as dumb as it is. It didn't do the. Was Excite Bike? No, Excite Bike wasn't that in this one, was it?
No, but there's a little bike one that just kept flying through.
There was a whole bunch of them.
I don't know. If
Was it Excite Bike added?
There was also
I think so.
Advance Wars had one.
Yeah. I loved the little things that just like went across the map. And
But I mean, that's the greatest part about Smash Bros.
Golden
the
Sun.
fact that it is a...
Golden Sun had one, and it was like the big fucking like force palm.
Oh, yeah.
The like thing that you would use to move things and just
I think that's
shove.
the best part
Oh,
about
and-
Smash Bros. Games, the fact that it's a touchstone to not just the big ones, because obviously they get their characters, but then shines a light on just a whole bunch of small things as well through the assist trophies.
Yeah,
and
Custom
all that
River
sort of
was
stuff.
amazing.
So I think they do an awesome job.
The tower guy, like, just fucking.
Oh, the Monopoly.
Yeah, no, it was...
It was Monopoly.
It
It was Monopoly from the SNES. It was like the mayor.
I thought it was just meant to be something I thought it was just Earthbound related, because when you go to Forside, and the giant towers around that, and
Oh really? I thought it was the. I
something to do with
thought it was the
that.
Monopoly.
I could be wrong.
We'll have to Google that. Look at that.
We'll have to double
Yeah, no.
check
What
that
about
after.
you? I mean, I've obviously got favourite Pokemon that came out of the ball, but we'll get to that next.
Well, Charizard was always my favourite, and then he disappeared when it came to the Pokemon, because he became an actual fighter.
You mean B drills or the fucking?
Oh yeah, well Beedrill's a bit of a highlight, just because
Oh, that was so cool.
it's massive advantage.
Horseshit.
I mean, that's
That was the
pros
point
and
of
cons that
chasing
go with
after
it.
him.
It's like, and Mew appears, and here we go. What's going? Or was it Togepi appeared and who would use Metronome when they appeared?
That was Chan. No, Clefairy.
Clefairy rocks up Metronome, and who knows what you're going to get?
Yeah, just fucking Clefairy's. Yeah, that good old days of Smash Brothers
There's
1.
some cool stuff that goes on with that, but
Mew
as
in that
for
one was
assist
like
trophies-
it would just like drop you CDs and shit, and that was like whenever you saw Mew, fight stops.
Yes, everyone just
Yeah.
collect
And
now.
Celebi, I think Celebi gave you just a huge amount of stickers,
Yeah,
which was like, oh, cool, thanks.
yeah. Thanks, cunt. The worst Mew.
But as for assist trophies, I don't know. There's none that really is striking me. Like you bring up a few, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Saki was pretty good as well. I hope he's a character in the new one.
Probably not, but
I don't know, man. Saki and Mamiya, Sin and Punishment.
I was thinking about the new one, like if they were going to add a character, is the Super Goblins and
Super Ghosts and Goblins.
yeah, is he going to get a? Is he going to get a run? Like
I doubt it.
assist or
Considering that he's in Marvel vs. Capcom, probably
is he?
not. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Alfred.
Well, there
Alright.
goes any idea of real what.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, mate.
nah. What about Pokeball? Apart from
Well, yeah, Beedrill's
Beedrill, or the red
not so
and blue
satisfying
things
when
that
you're on
just-
the receiving end.
Oh, Latios and
Latios.
Latios.
Yeah.
Oh,
You were just
brutal.
like, especially if you were on a 1v1, like you would like try and dodge them, and it's like by the time you're done dodging and you get the couple of seconds of like unable to
other
do
one.
anything, the other.
That was the one that
You just
Diamond and
You just have
Pearl
to
was in
cross
as
your
well.
fingers. Yeah.
Palkia and Dialga, where one of them would like flip the world upside down,
Ah,
and then the
yeah.
other one would like slow mo everything.
yeah,
Like fucking
it's
spatial
a bit of an
rend.
ordeal trying to survive a few.
Yeah, so yeah, because I'm pretty sure that was the first time that they really fucked with like a lot of legendary Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like I remember the legendary beasts from Gold and Silver were in that one as well.
The dogs.
Yeah, so you had like NT use just a giant fucking like volcano.
Yeah,
And then
Raikou and
Suicune. I never could pronounce that one. That just fucking froze everything, and you would become a giant ice block up in the air.
yeah, he's hammering buttons to try and break out that thing as quick as you could.
The ice climbers level, I'm pretty sure there was a couple of those.
Rest in
wasn't there?
peace.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hey,
they're coming
we haven't
back.
seen them since. They might be back. They're
Yeah.
not releasing the game for the 3DS. Thank God.
Yeah.
But so yeah, who knows? We might see him back. But
Their level was pretty. What about levels? Do you have a favourite level? Oh wait, yeah. Pokemon.
anything, like I said before, anything
gotta
that
be
just had
fucking-
that flat surface.
It's got to be Dreamland. from Smash Brothers.
Dreamland?
The remake of the one from Smash Brothers 1.
As in where the tree, like
With the tree, yeah, Wispy
keeps
Woods.
blowing
Yeah,
away.
fuck yeah. Yes.
Just anything that's got the flat surface.
Yeah.
Or predictable surface.
Well, because there was that other Dreamland one where you had the fucking like destructible. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
there,
I know the one you're
and
talking
the
about.
fucking apples would come down and shit, and one of them would like explode and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, that one was bad.
You take the good and the bad with the Smash.
Yeah.
And you learn to adapt.
What was it? What was a solid level? I mean, I know it's not thing, but like Hyrule Temple. Like
That was
wasn't.
that
yeah,
huge fuck
I know
off.
that's that huge map. Like so wasted on 4 characters. Perfect for 8 players.
Yeah, which-
But like still.
I liked how wasted it was.
It was though. It was great because
like,
you would.
You could just hide off in the fucking corner.
Individually be having like 2v2 or like 3, and then one person be like, hey, no one saw that Dragon Ball. You coming over and all
Throwing
of a
the
sudden
traps.
someone just like shoots the nest, like the light gun from across the map, and you're like, you're like totally not focusing because the map's so big and just
You just,
boom. You're like, damn it! Who the hell shot that?
I
That's just like I hope that's a staple throughout all the games. Like it just keeps coming back because it's so much fun.
Or just the cheeky fuck who would like run off to the side of the map and throw the landmines down and shit. It's like, oh, I guess I'm over here by myself. You should probably come and get me. Boom. Yeah.
I love that that 3-second explosion, like boom, like it's so good.
Yeah. I think was that also the advent of characters being knocked off screen and hitting the screen as well.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they like sail up and then crash down in front
Like
of
they
the
hit the
screen.
fucking like very 90s fighting game style, like Clay Fighter. Yeah. There was a lot of stylistic shit in that game that I think was really good. Like the way that they went about their clones, I think, was better than Melee. Melee's clones were like literally just character model changes. The moves were almost identical. Whereas like you look at like Falco, he's got his reflector he throws out, and you've got like Lucas, who he doesn't have any like yo-yos or anything. He just fucking punches and kicks people. But he's also got his little snake, like the whip snake that you could use to grab ledges and shit. And obviously Toon Link, they took out Young Link that they had in Melee, and they brought in Toon Link, who was again fundamentally different. He had like his bombs were like a little combo and shit like that.
He was quick.
He had the Gale bow.
Lightweight. Yeah.
No, that was the what's it called? Twilight Princess one. Yeah, the other one had just a regular ass.
Yeah, that's what made it different.
Yeah. And his up B spin slash was a fucking combo hit. And you could, like really fuck people up. Yeah.
There was awesome things.
I think they did a lot of work to like make a lot more things unique than I think any of the others in the series have. Barring obviously the DLC, because the DLC they probably had a lot of money riding on those things.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Cloud and Ryu and Bayonetta and shit like that.
Any final thoughts
About that game?
about Brawl?
If they even I know it's weird, like they're bringing Smash to the new console, but if they ever do bring it to the virtual console for the Switch or whatever, pick it up. It's just so much fun. It's a great game to explore, to check out its roots and things like that. Like even the N64 version, like just any Smash, if you can get a hold of any of them.
Is
play
Project
them,
M
'cause
still out there and available?
Probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure it gets played at Evo sometimes.
Yeah. Project M being, it was like the fan, where they basically, M standing for Melee, where they basically took a lot of Brawl and modded it so that it played
Like
a little bit
Melee.
more like Melee, but had, character tweaks and even in some cases, balance changes and even new moves that they gave some characters. Like
you can
I'm pretty
see like
sure
the bot assisted
Yeah.
Pit
things.
got some
They're lots of
changes,
fun.
for example.
Like I think it's Falco versus Fox in a bot assist sudden death, and it's just
Oh yeah, it's just like instant transmission
across the map. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, the game was very sound.
Other than tripping, random tripping is
Random. I've never encountered it, so that's.
I bet you have. It's like you fall over as if you've run on a banana and there's no banana.
I just can't recall that ever happening.
Brutal. Anyway, you're saying?
I don't know.
You're an aerialist. You never noticed.
Yeah. That.
Too busy jumping into the air and then
Too
crushing
busy.
me as a giant
Oh,
boulder afterwards.
up we get.
Too busy.
Hammer.
Too busy being a set of twins pirouetting in the air with edges.
Yes. Oh my god, it's going to be so much fun.
If
Smash,
they come back.
I don't know, regardless
Otherwise
of who
you can just
comes
be a
back,
pair of twins called
Smash is one of
Splatoon.
those games that anyone can pick up and be on almost an even footing because you can just, you're like, fuck it, man, we'll just chuck on some items. Like, if you want to take it seriously, by all means. But it's kind of like Mario Kart, man. Like, you want to have a shitload of fun right now? Check on 200cc's, put on automatic steering and automatic acceleration. Fucking the greatest fun ever. Charlie keeps up with me sometimes. Obviously,
messy.
like, he's like 5 years old, 6 years old. I'm not his dad, I don't know. God, blame me. Hashtag whatever. It's a whole bunch of fun. I think Smash is the same thing. I think that, it's just like one of those things that you can just,
Pick up, play,
your mates
button
come
mash.
around and no one has to know what they're doing, really. They just, like, smash the buttons and shit's happening.
It's a great party game.
And Brawl, as a result, I guess as a result of the Wii's popularity, is by far and away the most successful Smash game.
Definitely. It's...
Rightfully,
Capture the market.
rightfully so. Like,
Man, even if you just go through and watch all the cutscenes from the subspace, like if you can't get access to it, I'm sure there's something on YouTube that you can have a gander at. They're just fantastic. Especially look up the Captain Falcon's appearance. Like,
I feel like their character reveals for Smash 4 were heavily inspired by what they did with the subspace. Like,
yes, very much so.
if you-
Again, Captain Falcon from Smash 4.
Like if you go back and watch the original, like the Mega Man reveal for Smash 4, like if you have a look at that,
That's how you do it.
if you go back and watch that, that's very much like what those subspace cutscenes were like.
Yeah.
Just like shit's happening, and then all of a sudden there's a new character in there, and you're like, fucking what? Yeah, and then it was exactly the same where like Mega Man comes in and just fucking wrecks everyone.
Who has this much
Yeah.
strength? Show me your moves. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Totally didn't see Cat coming. Also, Cat the
Mario dodging sword
Brawl
blades.
introduced. I'm pretty sure he introduced Captain Fabulous.
What's this?
Yeah, Captain Fabulous, like when the white suit with the pink, like.
The skin for him. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Greatest
We'll
character
look that up.
of all
Let us know
time.
if that's
Another main of mine, like just jumping on Captain
Yeah,
Fabulous,
white-
especially
white
when
and
playing
pink.
against like the Gizzy crew. I was just like, let's do this. Oh, Captain Fabulous, you better.
You mean the crazy diamond skin? Yeah. Which in hindsight are that might actually be where that's from. That might be a thing. I'd never considered that. That's interesting. It's a JoJo's reference. Just don't worry about it. Look, there's
I half switched into wrapping up mode, so
Paul's getting his script ready. Takes his Adderall.
I mean, the amount that we played that game for probably years.
Yeah.
And
you got a lot of life.
I think like there was maybe
The only reason I went out and bought a classic controller. Smash. Shoved it in the old Wii remote.
Yeah, and there was still that big delay from the US to Europe/Australia, so I ended up getting a the freeloader.
Well,
to then play the region the NTSC region.
Yeah,
stuff.
I remember that. You had it before everybody else.
I was like, I need to get this thing, and
Gosh,
Game Traders
look
would
at
do it,
that.
selling the freeloader. And the games. Like, right,
Game
done.
Traders, thank you, wherever you exist nowadays.
and
They
not around here anyway. And I feel like the success of Brawl is also why they brought back GameCube controllers for the Wii U.
Yeah, that was a huge
Purely
thing.
because back on Brawl, obviously you had the GameCube version like Melee, but because the Wii accepted,
There's a chance I'll do that for the Switch. I
Probably.
guarantee it's just printed. It's printed money.
there's no. I mean, you could just make them a Bluetooth wireless Bluetooth device.
You can do it wireless. You can just have the old make them USB.
Like your Pro controller, you just do the same sort of thing.
Though, with that thing,
I
I don't know if you'll need it if that plays any good. I've not.
I love it.
I've not used it.
This is a great
I
controller.
know there's people that just love that game controller.
I love it. I fucking love the
to
GameCube
the point where
controller. It's one of the
And
most
when they play
comfortable
Smash,
things.
they refuse almost to play Smash on anything else. I got one mate that's just
Me? Is it me? Is it?
no,
'cause-
Matt, because he needs when he entered the tournament at the Shack, and he didn't do well at all because he wasn't allowed to use his controller. He was just like, oh, I'm kind of at a loss here. Like he was like,
That was where they instituted a lot of weird control. You could play with just the Wiimote and Nunchuck, the classic controller, or the GameCube controller.
yeah, they gave you
Yeah.
access to everything. Eh,
Yep.
it's a real defining thing. Now, do you wrap up, my friend?
I think we have wrapped it up really. We've spoken about Smash Brawl for a lot longer than I perhaps expected us to. We've got a good 45 or so, give or take.
Fucking good game.
It's a really good game though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. All the buttons are down below here. That'll allow you to get access to weekly episodes of Patched, the Video Games Club, The Insider, Player 2 Plays, our new series, The Late Game Review, and a whole lot more. Make sure to hit the little notification bell. It's also down there somewhere, don't exactly know where it is, but that'll alert you to any new episodes of anything we have that go live on the channel, so make sure to hit that button. For written content, make sure to visit the website, player2.net.au, where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writers Draft, and a whole lot more. We'll have to do an update for our...
Yeah, how's
You know,
how's our draft going, mate?
I don't know, I think I'm getting pumped. Well, I am getting pumped. We'll just see how it is at the end of the year. And for the Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, where you can potentially kick in a few bucks, get early access to episodes such as this, and some exclusive episodes of a variety of different shows, which
He's
we'll
not
see in the future. That may or may not be this, but it's definitely not this episode. And for
Spoilers, it's not this
the
episode.
tweeters, Tacos Talks.
Tweeters. Yeah, Tacos Talks is back.
Yes, he's back and up and running. New phone, back in action.
Tweeting for twats.
Bonafide Maydays.
Thanks for insulting all our Paul James P2, the website, Player2AU. And until next time, we will be back with a new patched episode. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you later.